So the Chery tiggo7 Pro got a 2-star rating on a crash test. This is from the Global NCAP Safer Cars for Africa test. Outside of the poor performance of the Tiggo Pro, we still have a bigger problem here by Chery because of what they've done or what the situation has unfolded. Before I get into it, yes, there is a Chery 7 Tiggo Pro that got a 5-star rating from an NCAP safety test. But here's the thing, the one they tested for the South African market is the one that got a 2-star rating, the one that did poorly. And the one that got a 5-star safety test, it's the one that's being sold outside of South Africa for the other markets. So what's going on, right? So I tried to look into the whole situation, and I've discovered that the one that has the 5-star safety rating is a higher spec one, right? It's called the CSH model. I think that's the hybrid one. But the point is, that's the higher spec one. That's the one that performed well. And what Chery has done was use the information or the result of the higher spec 7 Tiggo Pro, a good performance from that one, and market it and push that as the information to say that the 7 Tiggo Pro is a safe car because it got a 5-star safety rating. But now we have one that's been tested recently that's got a 2-star, and that's the base model one. And that is the one we get here in South Africa. So what is going on, Chery? It's either the higher spec 7 Tiggo Pro is the one that's safe, and the lower spec one is the one that's not safe. But the thing is, that was never mentioned. The crash test that was done on the one that received the 5-star rating is the information you've been pushing out to say that the entire range of the 7 Tiggo Pro is safe. But that's not true. Global NCAP Safer Cars for Africa has proved that it's not true. So it's either the one we get in SA is trash because they don't take us serious, or only the higher spec 7 Tiggo Pro is the one that's safe. From the looks of things, it's not going to look good, and it's not looking good at all. Clarity would really help here in regards to what's going on. Is the 7 Tiggo Pro a safe car across the range, or is it the higher trim level ones that are safe and the lower trim level ones are the ones that are not safe? Or is the 7 Tiggo Pro safe across the board, just that the ones we get in SA are poorly equipped, and the ones that are outside of South Africa are the ones that are highly equipped in terms of safety? So either way, whatever the situation may be, it's not looking good for Chery because both scenarios are bad. It's just bad on both angles. And it's kind of scary to think that 7 Tiggo Pro, that's not the entry-level model for Chery. That's not the starter pack, right? Because that will be the Tiggo 4 Pro. That's the starter pack, the cheapest one. If the one that's above the entry level is already a problem, then what about the entry level, which I'm assuming is the most popular one, right? And another thing is that if these modern cars are performing poorly like this on a crash test, then what about the older cars? I already did a video explaining how newer cars are much safer compared to older cars. But the thing is, they're not performing pretty well. So if these newer cars that are in actual fact are safer than the older cars, but they're still performing poorly, then that means the older cars are a big problem. So knowing this information, would you buy a Chery 7 Tiggo Pro? And I just want to add on here that I am aware of the Hyundai Grand i10. That one got a 0-star rating, meaning that car is completely unsafe. Then there's the Toyota Corolla Cross, which also got a 2-star safety rating. New cars on offer for the South African consumers that are not safe. I guess now we really need to start looking into what is the safety rating for the cars we're buying. So stay tuned for more car related content. And I'll give an update to whatever happens after this, or anything that comes up in relation to safety and other car related stuff. Like I said, stay tuned for more car related content.